interview experience. If you're new here, we are currently making videos on company placement, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you like our content and show us some support. It would really mean a lot to us. So, as you already know, today's company, Schlumberger Limited, it's an oil field services company with over 80k employees. So, not wasting any more time, let's take a quick look at the recruitment process on a high level.
I'd like to request you to give a quick intro of yourself.
So I'm Sudhanshu Ranjan, and I'm currently a final year student and pursuing a BTech in CSE.
Hello everyone, I'm Sneha Sudhanshu and I'm a final year student. I am majoring in computer science.
So I guess we can proceed with our interview segment then. Let's start with the first round, which is the aptitude test that was conducted.
So the first was actually objective based questions. Initially, there were like aptitude based questions, some SQL queries were there, and some basic programming languages questions such as mainly from classes, functions, etc. And then there was a coding question, a single coding question for I guess 30 minutes.
The duration of the test was for 1 hour 30 minutes. We had 60 MCQ questions and 1 coding.
So moving ahead to the next question, that is your next round. So I guess the next round was L1, right? So can you brief us about L1?
My L1 interview lasted for around 1 hour. Initially we introduced ourselves, and then she basically started talking about our resume, all the projects that we have done, with main emphasis being on the final year project. She asked like how at what point we were at the final year project, and then so this actually lasted for around 1 hour.
So my first round was related more to the development side, and they asked me questions based on API development and on the internship. So it was more related to the coding and whatever projects I had done earlier.
Let's move to the next round, that is L2 round.
By the next L2 round lasted for around again for 1 hour, and initially we started off talking about technical stuff. Firstly, mainly asked about sorting algorithms and like how the time complexity came for specific sorting algorithms, and then he asked questions about business related, basically like mostly situational based, such as like how to increase the click-through rates, and about product development, basically like what things should be considered before developing and what actions should be taken after developing the product. He also asked many questions about mainly about the UI of web applications and how it can be enhanced to like influence many customers.
In my L2 interview, it was also around for 1 hour duration, and in that the interview panel asked me about the various projects, and also they asked me what were the various methods we can use for integration of various systems. So as it was related to my post, and also the other things that they needed for that particular post, such as cloud computing, big data, and cyber security. These were also the topics that they covered in the interview.
Okay. Just a quick question here. What was the gap that was there for between L1 and L2? Like, were both of the interviews conducted on the same day?
All of the rounds were conducted on the same day. I think the first interview was started around 8:30, and L2 interview started around 11:30.
And what about you?
Like there was 1 hour gap between all the interviews, and it was getting conducted on the same day.
Okay.
As I was traveling to Nagpur, so they shifted my MR interview to the next day.
Okay.
So let's come to our final interviews, that were HR and MR. And also tell us about what was the difference like in HR and what is MR.
My HR interview lasted for around 45 minutes. initially, like she talked about the company, and then told us about what role, like how we'll be included in the role which we are being offered, which team which will be going to, and how the things will be handled after we join the company. Then most of the questions were standard HR questions, such as like where do you see, and what's your dream job, how do you handle hardships and failures, etc. And the next interview was MR. So this interview just lasted for around 15 minutes. Question which he asked me was majorly on leadership skills, and how to handle various groups, and to achieve success, the goal of our project by this.
In the HR round, the interviewer asked me questions based on strengths and weaknesses, and what were the various projects that I had taken up, and what were the difficulties I faced while doing such projects, and what was the difference while doing group projects and individual projects. So these were some of the questions that were asked during the HR round. And in the managerial round, the questions asked were like about the job description, like do I understand the job clearly?
So lastly, I'd like to ask, are there any tips or tricks that you would like to share with the juniors applying to Schlumberger?
I think apart from all the technical or non-technical stuff which are asked in the questions, the one of the major factors which I faced, which they asked was about the company. I think from the start itself, they were asking some questions from some parts uh, in all the rounds, and I think it escalated very quickly. Initially, like in the first interview, they have asked for around the discussion was around for 5 minutes, but I think in the HR, like mostly I think about 20 minutes they were asking questions about the company. Yes. And regarding other for example the coding questions, so the coding questions, I think the best platform I would prefer was lead code. I majorly took questions for lead code. I think the advantage of lead code is that the questions were mainly focused on placement related. Merging sorting lists or multiplying a linked list. The questions which are present on lead code involves placement specific questions which are asked.
The tips I would like to give is that like focus on yourself, like believe in yourself, like there is always time. Even from the beginning, like everyone was getting placed from the month of June and July, but we got placed in the February month. So it is not the time or anything like which is different, like believe in yourself and keep on working. Keep your basics clear, like all the subjects like data structure, hoops, and databases. So keep your mind fresh.
Thanks. That was really motivating. It's a wrap for today then. Thank you, Sudhanshu and Sneha, for coming in and sharing your valuable experience with us. And we wish you all the very best for your future. And that's all.
Thank you for having me.
Like, share, and subscribe to the BaeSlay way, and also click on the bell icon.
See you next week. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye bye.